Hello everyone, Marcia back today. I have a YouTube process video for Pebbles to do for you today. And with this layout, I was asked to do a monochromatic project. So that means like all one color plus black and white. So I decided that I would do pink because the Pebbles pattern papers have lots of pink flowers in them. And they have the most beautiful floral patterns in their pattern paper, so it's easy to choose something that you could fussy cut flowers out of. So what I did is I just this one collection that I'm using is the Lovely Moments collection, and it has the bigger flowers that I chose in this pattern paper that I could cut out in clusters. And it makes it a little easier. They're bigger and they're not so small. Um, it's easier, quicker to cut them out. If you're looking for something to do for your first time fussy cutting something, look for bigger flowers, not small ones. So I fussy cut these out, which is really easy to do. You can do it while you're sitting and watching TV or doing other things. Um, and I wanted to use these flowers to frame my photo. So the photo I'm scrapbooking today is my daughter Colette and her dog Nana. And I took these pictures for her shortly before she had to put her dog Nana to sleep. So Nana is an older dog, if you could tell from her name. And my daughter got her from the Humane Society. And Nana's pretty old, and uh, she needed her teeth removed. She had an abscess, and she had kidney problems and later heart issues. So she was a really sweet dog, though. This little tiny dog had more attitude in that little tiny body than you could believe. And my daughter just absolutely fell in love with her. So I took these pictures shortly before she had Nana put down. And I love this photo. I have a few other ones I'm going to scrapbook soon too as well. They have such a rapport, the two of them. Um, I wanted to do a beautiful layout for her so she'd have something she could put in a shadow box to remember Nana by. So what I'm doing now is I am just kind of arranging, trying to figure out where I want all these flowers to go. And I have a floral cut file here as well. And my silhouette died. My silhouette cameo died like a month and a half ago. And I am still waiting for my replacement from Silhouette to come. But this cut file I'm pretty sure it's Dehn-Nix Studio cut file. I had cut out for something else and then I ended up not using. So, I'm a cut file addict and it's really hard for me to do layouts without a cut file. It's kind of why the last month I didn't do any YouTube process videos as well. But I went through and looked at what cut files I had cut and then didn't use, and I'm trying to use up some of these now. So this one I thought was perfect because I wanted the leaves and the stems to show, but pretty much the flower is going to be covered up by my fussy cut flowers. And this worked out beautifully. So I'm gluing the flowers down now where I want them to go around my frame, and then we can dig out some of the die cut F mirror pieces and see where we want them to go. So for the background, I have this black and white polka dot paper. I wanted to add a little interest to the background. I didn't want it to just be plain white. I could have done that and maybe done a little mixed media on the background, but I felt like I needed to use more pattern paper on here. And then I also, I've been using more of my punches lately too without my cameo. So I punched a border here that I could use to divide the pattern paper on the top with the white background below. So it's just a Martha Stewart punch that I use there, I believe. So one of the die cut F mirror pieces that I found was this phrase that is, "I am so glad I found you." And as soon as I saw it, I knew I had to use this on this layout because my daughter rescued this dog from the Humane Society, and it's just so fitting that I use this one. So you can see me working with some of these fussy cut flowers, gluing them down around my photo, and using some foam pieces to build up some dimension. So, and on the back of my photo too, I also use some foam adhesive and probably as well some recycled chipboard. So there's even little tiny pieces here that I'm finding places to put little stems of flowers and stuff. And I love that this pattern paper not only had like the pink flowers, but there were these black and white stem items too as well that I could cut out and add in here for interest. I just love how this is turning out. So one of the other things I love to do is I love to put bows on my layouts. So I have this tool, it's called a Bow Easy, and you can find this on Amazon. I actually got it from a local card making store that has since closed. And you just wrap the twine around one of these one of the ends of this Bow Easy, and for whatever size bow you want, and you can tie a knot that way really easy, and it just forms the perfect bow every time. I just love that tool. So if you want to look that up, if you love tying bows for your projects too, you get the perfect bow every time. And I love to use double bows. So I'll wrap the twine around there a couple times to get a double bow. So I thought I would up the cuteness factor here and add this little bunny on here on the left. And then I'm going to put my twine down with a glue dot. And trimming the ends of the twine and just trying to get it to lay so it looks pretty. I have this tag that I found in the F mirror pieces as well that I wanted to stick on here, and I just thought I would loop it through one of the ends of the pieces of twine and then glue it down. And I like that it adds a little bit of color on here as well. I know I'm not strictly adhering to monochromatic project here when I have the green leaves in my flowers, and this is green as well, but it's hard to do flowers without having a little bit of green in there too for the leaves. And I really like how this is turning out. So the other thing, I started going through some of my stickers because I'm wondering what else I can add to here, and I found this little phrase, "Love grows here." So I wanted to adhere that down in a space to the right of my photo. And then I had to start thinking about a title. What would I do for a title? So I grabbed some of the thickers that came with this collection, and they happened to be a pale pink, so I went with my pink monochromatic scheme. And as I was holding the thickers next to my photo, the love was right there. And I thought, that looks kind of cool. So I decided I would do the love down the side of my photo. So you can see I'm just adhering the thickers down right on top of my fussy cut flowers in places. And then I wanted to do a little bit more. So I was thinking, what could I put at the top of my photo and have the title wrap around the edge? I thought that would look really cool. So once I have the love down on here, I decided I had to move some of my little smaller stems so that I could see them and I wouldn't totally obscure them with my letters. So I moved one of the black and white stems so that it was more pronounced. And I really like how this looks then, because you can see the flowers on top of the letters as well as underneath. It just makes it look more natural. So, looking again at the thickers on this sheet, I thought nothing but love would work perfectly. So I cut them out of here just so I could see how it would look without all those other letters there in place. And it was a little longer than I wanted to wrap around the edge of my photo, but if I moved all the lettering closer together, it would work for me. So you don't see this on the video, but I actually moved those letters in so that I'd have smaller spaces between the letters, and adhering it down on my ruler, which works okay, but then I still had to go back and straighten out the lettering a little bit. But it works. So then one of the last things I wanted to do is there's some pink puffy dots that would go with my monochromatic scheme, and some pink stickers as well. And I added those as well as a heart over the top of my photo. The sticker sheets also had some butterflies, and the butterflies are a perfect combination with the flowers, and they look nice on here too. And then one of the last things I did is I took some Heidi Swapp Color Shine spray ink, and I just put a few ink splatters on my background. When you do this, you want to make sure to cover up your photo and other things that you don't want to get ink on. And that's my layout. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I hope if you like what you see, you become a subscriber. And check out some of my other videos as well. Thanks so much. Bye bye now.